We are continuing with our CBA review, CBA3 review. We are on problem 6. So Elliot needs to repair a window that is in the shape of a semicircle. What is the area of the window? Use 3.14 for pi. Round your answer to the nearest hundredth of a square foot. So look at your formula chart. We're looking for area of a circle. Always take the time to write it down. It does not take that long to write it down, and it will help keep you straight when you get your plan of attack on how to solve a problem. So area of a circle, area equals pi r squared. So we're just going to write that down. But let's look at our window. Do we want a whole circle? Actually, we only want half a circle. So however many pieces it takes to make a whole circle is what we're going to divide by. So it takes 2 halves to make a whole, so we're going to divide that area by 2. Write this down and refer back to it to keep yourself straight. You can come over here and do all your work, but always go back to your original equation, putting in those numbers to keep yourself get off track. Okay. It told us to use 3.14 for pi, so we're going to put 1 squared. Our radius is 1.5 squared divided by 2. We just put in the numbers for this circle, and now we're going to come over here. 1.5 squared. How do you do that? Whenever you square a number, you multiply it by itself. So it's 1.5 times 1.5. So 5 times 5 is 25. Put down my 5, carry my 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2, 7. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. Add them up. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry my 1. 225, but I have some decimals in my problem. I have 2 numbers behind decimals in my problem, so I need to move my decimal over 2 places. So 1.5 times 1.5 is 2.25. I'm going to come back to my original equation and put those numbers in there, keeping myself straight as what my plan of action is. So many of you get a problem and you jump in and just start multiplying numbers and you forget where you are, and I guarantee you you'll forget to divide by 2, and you'll give me you'll write in the correct area for a circle, but we were looking for the area of a circle. Do your work equation self straight. So now we need to multiply 3.12. Okay. 5 times 4, 20, 0, carry my 2. 5 times 1, 5, plus 2, 7. 5 times 3, 15. Now we can put a 0 here or an X just to tell us whatever number we're multiplying is where we put our 1 place value underneath. So 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Now we're multiplying by the 2, so it needs to go under the second 2. So 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 3, 6. Okay. Add them up. 0. 8 plus 7, 15. Carry my 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. Plus 2 is 8. Plus 8 is 16. Carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 6, 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Here my 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. Now I have to look back up here. On this one, I have 1, 2, 3 behind. So I move decimal over my 0.065 divided by 2. So I'm going to come back over to my workspace. 7.065 divided by 2. I don't have a decimal in my divisor, so I'm good. I just need to move this one directly above where I'm multiplying, so I don't forget where I'm dividing, rather. So 2 goes into 7. How many times? 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Going to subtract 7 minus 6. Bring down a 0. 2 goes into 10. 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. I have no remainder. Bring down my 6. 2 goes into 6 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. Again, I have no remainder. Bring down this 5. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. For a remainder of 1, I can bring down another 0. You can't see me. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10, and I have no remainder. So area equals 3.5325. So it's not on here. It says round your answer nearest foot to our answer. And first of all, you need 100. So this is our ones. Whenever you get behind the decimal, these are tens, hundreds, thousands. So our hundreds is right here. So we're going to look at our thousands. Is this 5 or above? It is not. It is only 2. So this remains the same. It does not round up. So area equals 3.53 square feet. Okay, so now we're going to do problem 7. Okay. Mrs. Williams is going to plant flowers in a flower bed like the one shown below. So you need to know what kind of, first of all, what that is and what shape. So we know that that is a prism, and then what shape are the bases. To be specific, it is a triangular prism. So if you look on your formula chart, okay, so she's planting flowers. Let's read the rest of our question. Mrs. Williams has a bag with 0.25 cubic feet of soil. She wants to know if this bag of soil will be enough to fill her flower bed. Which of the following explain a bag of or will not be enough to fill, or decide if her bag of soil is enough to put it in there. So let's look on our formula chart. Look for volume. We actually have a prism, and to find volume, it is volume equals big B times height. So we're going to write this up here. Keep ourselves straight. Where big B represents area of the base, which in this case is a triangle. And the height is the length of the prism, or the height of the prism, from base to base. Okay? So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to rewrite big B times H. Now, we know that area of the base, we have a triangle, so let's go back to our formula chart, look for triangle, and we see that the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height, or you could write it base times height divided by 2. So we're just going to substitute that in for our big B times the height of the. So what is our base and height of our, it's the height of the base? And let's look at our, it tells you that this 0.4 is the height, and if you look down here, 0.4 is the base. So 0.4 times 0.4 divided by 2 times what is the height of our prism? Remember, the height of the prism is the length from base to base. This is one base, this is our other base. Find the length, 3.4. Okay? So now let's come down to our workspace. We're going to do 0.4 times 0.4. 4 times 4 is 16. And how many numbers do we have behind the decimal? 2. So that's going to be 0.16. So volume equals 0.16 divided by 2 times 3.14. Okay? Now, let's do 0.16 divided by 2. Top in, bottom out. We do not have a decimal out here, so we're fine. We need to put our decimal directly above where it is. So will 2 go into 1? It will not, so we have to put a 0 there. 16, yes, it goes 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16, 0 remainder. So 1, 0, and back up, 0.14. Okay, let's come back down to our workspace, and we have 3.14 times 0.08. Remember, you have to write your decimals down, but when you're multiplying, you just multiply like normal, and then we add the decimals in at the end. So 8 times 4 is 32. Carry my 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait. Yep. Carry my 1. 8 times 2 is 24. I'm sorry. 8 times 3. I'm sorry. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Now let's worry with our oh, look what I did. I just multiplied. I went from 3.4, and when I wrote this down here, I wrote 3.14 because I'm so used to multiplying by pi. So, hopefully that and you will double check yourself. So I changed 3.43 if we do. Glad I caught that. 8 times 4 is 32, carry my 3. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 3 is 27. I have 1, 2, 3 numbers behind the decimal. 1, 2, 3, I move my decimal over 3 places. So my volume is 0.272 cubic feet. Now let's look at our options and see. Number 1, the bag of soil will not be enough. How much is our bag of soil? Her bag of soil is 0.25. The bag of soil will not be enough to fill her flower bed because the volume of the flower bed is 5.44. Was that the volume of her flower bed? No, it was not. The volume of soil will not be enough to fill her flower bed because the volume of the flower bed is 0.272. Is that what our volume is? Yes, that's our volume. Let's read on to make sure that's correct. The bag of soil will be enough because the volume is 0.1, so that is not the volume. And this one down here, 0.183, is also not the volume. So B, the bag of soil will not be enough to fill a flower bed because the volume of the flower bed is 0.272 cubic feet.